he goes to the wall of the hut, which was covered with an old blanket. And blanket was there so that when wind blows, it wouldn't pass through the gap, through the chinks between the logs. There's gaps between the piece of wood in the wall, so blanket is there so that the cold wind doesn't enter the hut. So he lifts the blanket and starts cutting a section of the bottom wood of the cabin. As he was on his work, suddenly he hears his father's gun in the wood, in the forest. He understands that in no time his father will return and Huck will fall into great soup. Fall into soup means fall into trouble. So when his father comes, that time he is not drunk. It means he is not in good humor. It means he is very sad. It means he has not drunk. So he is natural. So in other words, he was his natural self. In the other words, he was his natural self. Means he was not drunk. Huck cooks supper. Supper means last food of the day. So Huck cooks supper, and after taking the food, Huck's father starts taking drinks uncontrollably. He starts taking drinks, and it seems that he will never stop. A plan comes on Huck's mind that after his father lies unconscious under the influence of liquor, Huck will get opportunity to steal the key from under his head and run away from there. But before he knew that his father had finished drinking, he falls asleep. Huck falls asleep because he was also a child, so he couldn't control his sleep. And in the morning, when he opened his eyes, at the voice of his father's command, his father told him to go to the river and find if there is any fish on the lines. Line means fishing line. Line means fishing line. It is used for catching fish. There is a stick, and at the end of the stick there is a thread, and there is at the end of the thread is a hook. We put bait there, and fish is tempted and caught into that that angle. So when Huck's father commands him to go to see if there is any fish on the lines so that they could have breakfast, he unlocks the door and goes out to the river bank, but he cannot run away from there because his father will always keep watch on him. So when he goes to the river bank, he finds the river water has been rising. Means there is flood in the river. Well, dear students, that's all for today. Rest part of the story we'll read in another video. Thank you.